rune books. If you see anything that has any of these sort of shapes on it, just point it out.
Okay.
But also, healing?
I forgot Faden doesn't know.
Trouble.
You slipped up.
I don't know. It's not a secret.
Let's go.
Yeah. I can kind of heal people and myself magically a little bit. Like, you remember how Celestar got stabbed and then was kind of okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured something went on there.
Yeah, but I also am trying to figure out why, I can't remember things because, I didn't fall out of a wagon.
Right.
So, but how about this? If I help you with your symbols and dark stuff, can you help me with one of those?
Sure.
It doesn't sound like he has much on magical healing, but
Yeah,
maybe he has stuff on
like
memory stuff.
Good point.
We're going to do that.
Okay, so because you're helping each other and
Yes.
you have no timeline,
Yep.
you can both roll with advantage because you'll be helping each other.
I don't think that helps anyway.
What am I rolling?
I
want to know what my...
the DC
Investigation.
The DC for you is 14 because he literally showed you where the books were.
Right.
The DC for
I was planning on asking him again, like, hey, memory stuff. So, like, I wasn't just going to look around in the house.
All right, the DC for you is gonna. We'll say the DC's 14 for both then.
Well, on the die, I got a 19.
And I got 11.
Sometimes my DCs
Total?
are 25,
Total.
okay?
Okay.
You padded that real hard.
No, sometimes but I also try to get stats, okay?
No. I told you I'd give you the DC. There's you and Artemis. You and River go through the whole
Artemis.
shelf, or the whole section, which is about 2 shelves. And flipping through, a lot of it is religious stuff. That's more, less about like runes and arcane symbols, and more about, you've studied enough religion to be like, oh, a lot of this is about like devils and demons and evil spirits that look like they've been written by someone who was a member of a different religion and maybe was vilifying another culture.
For sure.
It's a little less a well-researched it's a little less of a well-researched academic library and a bit more of a guy who bought up all the books he could find whenever he saw one and just categorized them. You can find you find plenty of stuff talking about Queen Frog that is not a thing that which is not a thing that you know as a bad thing, although the book writes plenty about how Queen Frog is a deity for uncivilized nomads. But besides kind of like that sort of thing, there's nothing that gives you any more clues per se into your narrow area of interest.
Okay.
Yeah. But there's a decent amount of stuff that we're like, oh, like Queen Frog, or honestly, there's since it just came up, there's a couple of books on like the Dead Forest, things like that you can like pop up. There's a few on the web, and that are written. And you can see from like as you're flipping through them, they're pointedly written from the perspective of people in Grumbashlik. They're written in commerce, but you can see the original sources were people in Grumbashlik, and the way that they discuss the web is very derogatory.
Ooh. Okay.
But that's kind of the gist of what you get. Nothing that kind of pinpoints to the rune, but a lot of like religious stuff.
Okay.
19 is very good in terms of scouring the books that they have here. you're gonna, especially with Jean Paul's help, you're not really gonna find anything that's gonna detail how like magical healing in terms of like instruction or whatnot. But you'll find a couple books, a few that are addressing. Let me give you some actual.
Because I wanted to look up memory stuff too. That was the
Yeah, I want to give you
whatever you want to give me.
Sure. In terms of in terms of magical healing, you do find that there are, especially with, and honestly, actually with Faedan's help, specifically, you do see there are a few books that are detailing medical practices in the wastes. Specifically, a lot of those are followers. People who follow a religion of Araris are a little. There's a lot of crossover between religion and survivalism in the wastes, and so you see that there's a lot of things that are medical practice up north that are religious to people in the wastes, but down here would be scientific. It's literally like things that are considered like poultices and potions, and down here, people be like, that's medicine.
Yeah.
So there's a bit of that like crossover. Let's see. Yeah. There's also There's also you also see there are some books discussing the followers of Queen Cento. Queen Cento is another religious figure in the Blitzen Fields, and they're specifically, again, kind of that similar crossover between culture and religion, where a lot of a lot of medical practitioners who incorporate spiritualism into their medicinal practices are followers of Queen Cento and attribute their skills, and sometimes it is said like in a more like a little less spells and medicine and a little more faith healing. A lot of it's attributed to that. There's that but there's also like books you can find that are quite serious, like medical textbooks written through a school of thought from like evokers, and he wasn't kidding. Like there are books on medicine written strictly from like colleges on necromancy. So it just depends on like you can find quite a lot, but that's a vague topic.
The as soon as I learn about like those two different, I'm gonna double down on like the waste and trying to find stuff.
The followers of like the people from the waste.
Auroras, yeah.
Auroras. There's plenty in there to be like kind of like dug up. It would be a lot to go through sitting here.
I was gonna say, I would probably, if I found a book that like seemed like it was gonna go into that, I would buy it.
Sure.
And take it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, Jean Paul's he's like, absolutely. You can,
especially since I'm assuming I'm a slow reader.
Would you take it for 5 copper?
What about 2 for 7 copper?
Sure, deal.
The other one I would want is whatever the one with the most information on the Queen Cento, the 2 different.
Sure. Yeah, you can grab both of them. The one on Araris is a bit thicker because it's a lot more. It's a lot less about. It's not just about followers of Araris. It's kind of like a book on the wastes. The whole region that River knows nothing about.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's about a quick glance. You can tell it's about an entire region. The one on Queen Cento is a little smaller because it's more like someone traveled down to the Blitzen Fields, learned a little bit about their culture, and came back and wrote up on it.
Okay. Was there anything related to memory?
Yes. Okay.
Because instead of like really going into the details of each book, I'm just kind of like, this one, yes, I want this one. I'm gonna take it and look at it later.
Yes. There is a book. You can find. There's more than a few books about magic in that area, and there's a lot more books about lies and truths. And in glancing through, you do find one that kind of is like breaking down the difference between making someone believe truths versus making them believe lies. And there is a section in it about what is memory. And as you like kind of like delve through it, it's very clearly written by a professor of enchantment.
Does it just say professor of enchantment? Like if I look up like the author's information, does it say anything about like what type of enchantment, what he does?
Her name is Maureen Harrisworth. And it says like pointedly she teaches at Chanticleer University.
Does it say what subject she teaches?
Enchantment.
Just enchantment in general?
It says Professor of Enchantment on the book.
Mm-hmm.
If you spend some time reading it, there might be like more specifics on that.
Okay, I'll buy it.
All right.
That's the squid.
Gotcha. He'll sell it to you for six more.
Great, okay.
Copper.
I would also like to point out that it's the most normal name that you've come up with.
Maureen Harrisworth?
Yeah.
Fair enough, I suppose. But yeah, so you got yourself a handful of books.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I need a bag.
Look around. If you find one, it's yours.
Oh, okay. Do I find a bag? Because I'm actually really want a bag. No, I was gonna buy one, but if there's one there, I'll take it.
We'll say with enough searching, you can find probably like either like a crate or a canvas sack.
That
will suffice. Yes, you can have a canvas sack.
I'm gonna take the 3 books that are absolutely all Faedans that are in my pockets.
None of the ones in there, but I had one more question.
Sure.
If there's any books that you have about oh shit, what was the name of it? The fire person. Incandescence, yes.
Oh, okay.
Have any books about like incandescence or other sort of like magic users
and really
sort of,
into magic.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. You see he pulls out a piece of paper. He's like folded up. Yeah, this way. And, like reaches out, goes around, open. There's a mirror on the wall. He pulls the mirror open, and there's a staircase leading up. And he's like, this way. And he like goes up the staircase, and even the spiral staircase has books lining the shelves until you end up. You've gone up 2 or 3 stories, and there's like a circular room with windows that you can like kind of like look out and see. On 2 sides, you're like, wow, you can see like all across the valley, and on the other 2 sides, there's just another person's house. It's just all built on a slope.
Right.
But pulling out, he's like, yeah, there's a couple of them in here, and he helps you like pull out a few. And there's one particular that talks about it's called blood. It's called Blood of the Earth, and you see it break down. It's literally a small. It's almost like a zoological pamphlet, except about like people living like it has very much the vibe of like teaching people about like an indigenous culture that lives in the rainforest, but it's specifically about like this weird medical instance where some people breathe fire and some people believe it's magical in nature. And it kind of gives you the rundown about like the general cultural belief here is that there are people who are born, whether it is genetic or religious, depending on who you ask and who you talk to, with a connection to, quite seriously, the like magma within the ground within the world. There are different schools of thought about whether the magma is in the ground or whether we are on top of the magma, which sounds like the same thing, but it's like there are strong philosophical discussions about which direction's which. So there's like a lot of debate about that and how that works out. But either way, the agreement is that there's some connection between incandescence and like the lava in the soil, that they are pulling from it somehow magically, and some of them are able to manipulate it into grand feats and really like impressive skills, and some of them are just like, I get mad and quite literally like hot coals drip out of my lips. There are people who think it's a blessing, people who think it's a curse, people who think it's a freak of nature thing.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm taking that book.
It is so thin.
Yeah.
He's like 1 copper.
Sounds good.
Right. Yeah. But you guys, is it good?
Yeah. I was gonna, as on our way out, I was gonna make sure to just pull on every sconce to go out. Just make sure that nothing.
A lot of you pull on every sconce.
Well, like,
and but as you're going, like you're like, no. Like no. It's like maybe it was just the one. No. And then there's a statue, and just why not? You just like pull on the statue, and the whole statue. It's a human-sized statue. It was kind of a gag to grab on it. The statue clearly on a mechanism, the whole statue tilts 30 degrees, and you like the wall behind you slides open.
What's in there?
It looks like a staircase going down.
Just his regular staircase, probably.
I'm gonna take the staircase.
Okay.
Are we doing this now?
Just you, or is that River with you?
Are you coming with me?
I mean, if we're on the way out and I'm right behind you, yeah, I'm just gonna keep following you.
Okay.
All right, a quick jaunt down a spiral staircase. It's all just stonework, and you see like there's a small room. Looks like it's hard to tell if it was. Okay, look, you've pulled rooms. You've pulled, like, they've been like weird secret passages. Everything just looked like another room that they were like, I'm going to have a weird door going here. This is the only one that actually legitimately looks like a secret room. It's a circular room that's just stone around the side. There's no books in this room. However, there's a circular table that has a model like a miniature village on it, and as you like walk up to it, you can see like bird's eye view. You can kind of see there's a well in the dead center of it, and all the roads lead out from the dead center of this well, and you could see it from walking up. The miniature goes under the table. Like there's a center drilled into the hole of the table. There's a hole drilled into the center of the table where the well is, and you can like look under it and see this weird miniature caverns that just go down into the world. And as you like look at it, you can see whether like there are like notes written on it, as if you would draw on a map. But instead they're drawn on the miniatures, and like notes about like literally don't enter here, or ones that say false passage, turn left instead, throughout like the tunnels underneath, and a little brass plaque that looks hand graved, but it's on like a professional plaque, like it was blank and then he just carved into it with a like a little coal hammer. A sign that says, a little sign that says Rockmatar.
Okay.
Gets the impression that's the name of the village, town.
Right.
But yeah, it's meticulously designed. Everything seems to like radiate out from that well.
Okay.
There are also like, you can see there's like notes. He has just with like chalk or something. I say he, implying it was probably Jean-Paul's grandfather who did this.
Right.
But there are like chalk notes also like on the walls, on the stone walls. That's just like kind of like around. But that's you head down and that's this little secret room where he's like filled this whole area with.
Okay.
You know, this guy seemed like he was pretty cool and kind of nuts.
Yeah.
It's cool though.
Does this look like a city you've ever? Well, I guess you wouldn't. You've only been to.
It doesn't look like one of the 4 places I've been. No.
Right.
No.
Okay. Does it look like any place I've been?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, you've also. Only
Haven't really been many places
Yeah.
either, but I wasn't sure if. Yeah.
No. It doesn't, and there's not enough landscape around it to even give you a gist of like Godfell, Jandu, Grumbashlik, somewhere else. Doesn't really give you enough vibe. It's hard to really pinpoint.
Okay.
Okay. You want to go?
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
hungry. Let's get food.
Let's do.
All right.
On our way out, do we see LaRiviere at all? Is he around? Or no? Yeah, Jean Paul.
Yeah, you're walking. As you guys, right as you're making it to the door, you see he is like just sweeping books off of shelves into a big crate. As you guys, are you guys heading out?
Yep, heading out. Thanks for everything. Your grandfather.
Yeah.
Did he get called eccentric?
Yeah.
I didn't think I needed to ask, but I wanted to just in case.
Yeah, he was kind of like one of those beloved kooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody liked him, but he was weird.
But he knew more than people believed he knew, right? Like he knew something else.
I mean, he read a lot. So there was a lot of things he knew a lot about.
Okay.
But then you like ask him a common sense question and
Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. I don't know if you guys are local or not. Like, are you in Idolic?
We're here for a while.
Well-
I'm not sure how long, but
If you need more books, I'm really trying to clear house. Not all of them, but just like, man, it would be like, there's a lot. So you're welcome back anytime.
okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Head on out.
All right.
Screw you.
What?
I know what that is.
We can discuss that in the epitaph.
Nope. Nope.
Faena, Celestar,
Come
and
on.
Rebecca.
Yes.
So actually,
boring.
Faena and Celestar are doing the tour. You guys are doing the tourist thing. You said, just kind of going around, which is great. You can see you can see the bell tower. You can see the main Hollow Chapel, which isn't like it's not intended to be flashy because that's kind of counterintuitive to the Hollow Chapel's point. However, it is a very large building. In fact, you kind of get the vibe that it was the sort of thing like was built for another purpose, and then that purpose ended, and the Hollow Chapel was like, what a wonderful, enormous building. We could use this for lots of things.
That our dead god just gave us.
Give me a religion check, Faena.
Faena doesn't know anything about the Hollow
That's
Chapel.
why I said give me a religion check.
Well, apparently she knows something about it. 17.
You know enough
good.
that no one in the Hollow Chapel believes that the Demiurge gives anyone anything. The Hollow Chapel, God died so long ago that God isn't giving anyone anything. God's dead. You just have what you have. However, it is a nice building, and it's big enough and was dressed well enough that it is something to see. There's a lot of other things. There is a like a nice kind of like garden area, but it's like done in tiers, so you can have a picnic, but it still follows the slope of the mountain.
Cute.
It's probably wonderful when it's not snowing.
Which is when?
Rare.
Exactly.
Yes. Probably during harvest time, honestly. But yeah, so there's a lot of things you guys can see. Rebecca kind of like gives you guys the tour of Rebecca's focus is more on places to get good food than the touristy sites. At one point she's like, have you guys ever had hammock cakes?
No, I don't think so.
We're going to get hammock cakes.
Okay.
And she leads you through an area of back into the textile district. So you pass the Temple of the Web again. As you guys are walking by, and there's like it's instead of looking for a restaurant, you see there is like a a kiosk with on it's got a roof that's protecting it from the snow, but in like kind of like the sun in the middle of the day, the snow on top of the roof is melted enough that you can see a spider web painted, like kind of like sectioned circular roof with a spider web painted on it. And as you walk up, you can see there is a kind of like a crazy looking, really Faena's kind of vibe. It looks like it kind of looks like a couple different types of spinning wheels.
Oh, okay.
There's one that's like a large like glass bowl with a pulley system, and you see there's like a child pedaling what looks like a bike.
But it's a spinning wheel?
And well, the pedals run to a chain. The pedals roll a chain that rolls a wheel that is spinning some type of blade in the center. And you watch as something's getting flicked around the glass bowl, which another woman, both of whom similar to Rebecca, like they've got like dark, like purplish gray skin. And like you see the little girl pedaling the bike has like a bob cut. Her mom just kind of has her hair pulled back tight and is wearing a very fine, like embroidered coat that's thick, but has the sleeves pulled back, and you can see they've got like they're like split, so you can actually pull the sleeves back and then tie them in place. Presumably for this kind of work, because the mom is reaching into the glass bowl with what looks like a wooden stick, gathering what looks like cotton. Like out of the bowl, putting it on a spinning wheel that another child is also spinning, which is pulling it into a thin, like thread. And then you watch as she has got that, and she's like running it progressively as people going back and forth between helping customers and running that on a very small like tabletop loom that is creating a weave of what looks like just like a netting. And as you walk up, Rebecca's like, "Can I get soy hammer cakes?" And so she's like, "Absolutely." And she pulls out a bunch of these cakes. They're about yay big. They're like pre-cut. She pulls them out of what looks like a small little like cast iron oven. So that like then you can see so it looks like it's keeping them warm. That she pulls out, drops them into the net, and then like twists the lattice. And so like the little cakes are like caught in like what looks like a hammock. Hands one to each of you.
Oh, what did you call these again, Rebecca?
Is a hammock cake.
A hammock cake.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
because of the...
Yep. And she's like holding it from one end, almost like it looks like with the cakes and twisted, it actually just looks like a corn husk. But she bites straight through the fabric and it like crunches.
Sugar...
Oh, sweet.
Faena takes a bite of it. And there's... For Faena, who has never had anything artificial, this is like when a gusher like explodes in your mouth for the first time, and you're like, what is this like sugar substance, super sweet, I'm going to get a cavity, but also like, oh my gosh, this is so good. There's just a moment of like fireworks in Faena's eyes. Just like takes another bite. It's like all gone.
It's delicious. It's sugary. The cakes are still hot and moist from they weren't dried out quite, and so it's like the whole like contraption is wonderful. Celestar has also already finished his.
We should get this we should get this in Sunburst Falls. We should take it from. We should start our own.
Sunburst rolls.
Do you think it could be? We could. So it's hammock. What do you? Sunburst. Twirls.
Sure.
You don't think this is a good idea?
I don't think it's a great idea. I just don't know about the name.
Well, okay. You can come up with a better name.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
It's not really my job.
Rebecca, there's a lot of sewing here. I didn't realize that. I've never really thought that before.
Well, specifically, we are in the textile district.
Yep. Yeah. Yes, but this is sewing sugar, sewing. I saw someone sewing magic in the air earlier, and you have the tapestry in front of that temple over there.
The Temple of the Web?
Yeah, and spindles here, and
Yes.
there's.
You've never met anyone from Monway, have you?
Well, that's where the person with the magic in the air, the sewing the magic in the air was.
Right.
No. Oh, you as well.
I mean, my parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was a wee one.
So this is on my thing.
We
Okay.
yes. Oh yes. Did you not notice the threads? Very nice.
How
And, like,
how
you-
have I?
she looks.
You do have everyone here has had very nice embroidery. I will say.
Oh wait.
So.
Faena didn't check the drip.
I did
All Faena does.
I'm like, oh shit, oh no.
All right.
It's like, we.
Do you? Well, tell me. Show me more. I'm interested to learn more about this culture.
What do you want to see?
I'm not quite sure where to start besides food and sewing. So that's all I've had exposure to.
That is very fair. How exotic of the food do you want?
Ooh.
Surprise me.
All right, wonderful. Right this way.
Celestar, we're going on an adventure.
I'm here for it. As long as we get to keep eating sugar, I'm happy. Rebecca leads you and Celestar up what looks like to not people in world, but kind of like to us, a fire escape. It's a wooden staircase that just kind of goes like. And as you guys pass, like each room, you can tell like the buildings are 3 to 6 to 8 stories tall, but you're getting the vibe that like that's not a residence is not 3 to 6 stories tall. A lot of these look like individual cabins inside, although they are long buildings on top of each other. And as she's kind of like showing you, she's like, well, these, as you're walking, she goes, this is more of a residential district, but you can still find the hotels, and a lot of us.
Although they're all stacked on top of each other.
It depends. Some of them. It depends on how much money people want to spend.
How do you? But you've no land.
We do not need the land. You don't live in a city to have lots of land around you.
Oh, I guess so. Okay.
For you, maybe weird. I do not know what Sunburst Falls is like, but for me, this is so much air.
This is.
You have not been to Anway. You see, Anway, no air. It's very tight.
Oh.
Very tight.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes.
This is spacious.
Understood.
Also, you can see the sun, which is crazy.
See the sun in Onway?
No. Remember, Anway is underground.
Yes. Right.
Godfell, Anway.
Right. Kind of like Krar? No? Oh.
You don't say that.
My apologies. I'm new.
Right. You're new. Don't say that. Don't say that to anyone. Do not say that to anyone who's unwithy.
Understood. Onway.
Yes. Ennui. But sorry, Hanway.
Hanway.
That's yes.
Okay. What is Onway?
It's my accent. It is Hanway.
Hanway.
We just don't pronounce the ha.
Oh, so Onway.
Anway.
Okay.
Yes, and we are unworthy.
Unworthy.
Unworthy. We are unworthy. We are from Anway Ianoche.
Oh wait.
But we say it.
That's what the guy was saying to me the other. What?
Yes.
Oh,
we just shorten it.
Oh, I understand.
Anway. Yes. So
residences in the sky.
Right. Yes. Above the top of the buildings we go. A lot of us, there are storefronts at the top and at the bottom. So if you here and here she's kind of like led you up the fire escape as you're having this conversation. Fire escape. It's really just an entrance. As you get up, she's right here, and you can see most of this this is not common. Most of this is like staircases that are, everything is like wood in the cabins, but particularly right here, you look across and there is a like a kind of like wooden planked bridge, rope bridge that goes from this balcony up a couple more buildings.
Oh my god.
And she's like, it looks sturdy. It doesn't look like
Rickety?
no, not at all. It looks
Okay.
like it is well maintained. It's just not common. And she's like, you said you wanted delicacy, you exotic food. I've got you.
Fantastic.
So, right this way, and she opens literally like the railing banister on the balcony, and it's like, we're going up the bridge.
Okay.
Celestar's already going. He's like, I'm here for the adventure. I'm right. Let's go.
Okay, can someone hold my hand?
Hold your hand.
Or I guess
Sure.
I'll just-
Yeah, I've got you.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
And you take Rebecca's hand. She is 3 feet shorter than you. Guides you up the
I love that
bridge.
Saul starts leading the charge, by the way.
Oh yeah,
That's
he's-
fantastic.
Yeah, except like about 2 feet, or sorry, about halfway across. Where's Faena's attention right now?
Trying to not fall off. Like, it's probably one of those things where when you get on a bridge and your first instinct is to look down, but you're trying to not look down, but you're kind of like, it's in the periphery. And so it's just like,
So yeah, your eyes are forward, but you're not looking. You can't see what's ahead of you because you're only paying attention to like what's around you.
right, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I can see that Rebecca is there holding my hand,
Yeah.
and that Celestar is like just merrily on his little way.
Well, yeah. So as you're like paying attention to the I don't know, 45 to 60 foot drop
Exactly.
down if you were to fall off this bridge, that while it does sway a little bit because it's attached by cables and rope and wood planks, it's not rickety by any means. It's
Hannah
not
just doesn't know what any of this is.
yeah, it's not until you come to a almost full stop that you realize that you have like almost run into Celestar.
Celestar.
He's not paying attention to you. He is just staring. He's just staring like perpendicular off the bridge at another balcony a few feet away, and you follow his eyes and see, dressed in a heavy red leather coat, familiar ram's horns, and white undercut.
Tobi?
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh my god. It's gonna be bad. Oh my goodness. Is that Tobi?
Tobi?
Faena?
Tobi?
Rebecca, this is our friend Tobi.
Hello. I'm Rebecca.
Hello.
What are
You doing over there?
Why
are you here? You're supposed to be in Summer's Falls.
I was looking for you guys.
Well, we're here. Welcome.
Yeah. Wait.
Why are you here? What? You last we talked, you were not happy.
Excuse me. Is this really the conversation we're having over
Yeah, it's a good. Toby's a good 20, 30 feet away on a balcony.
We're really having this question right here, right now? This whole conversation? Tobi, Rebecca, where are we going?
Well, we're going up to about 3 buildings away. Do you want to join us?
Tobi, you should get over here.
Okay.
This is the most New York thing I've ever seen.
I can get down there.
Have you been to the Silk Sack?
Hold on. And I make my way down.
So a good 5-10 minutes later, Toby has to go down the entire building that she was in, find the.
Oh, Faena is questioning Celestar, being like, what happened? What happened? Why did you?
I don't know.
What happened between you and Tobi? I thought you two were friends. Oh, you couldn't stop talking about her when you when you were,
We are friends.
Are
We
you?
are friends. Hi, Tob. Hi.
Hello.
Celestar has really missed you. Doesn't he look lovely in his new suit?
Yeah. What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
What are you wearing?
This is
Oh, for everyone's reference, Tobi, do you want to describe what you're wearing?
Yeah, exactly.
yes. I am wearing a very big red sanguinister coat. Yes.
It is high collar, leather overcoat with embroidery of particularly stamped impressions of a trail that ends in a frog wearing a crown at the shoulders.
Yes. Yeah, this is Dakota's. I'm borrowing
You
it.
took Dakota's
Did you-
clothes while he was gone?
Did you want to get?
He was gone. Wait. So you guys don't know where he is?
We're going.
No, Dakota's in somewhere else. The rest of them know where he is. He's fine.
I also don't know where he is.
He's fine. River said that
Did you want to go get food?
something.
We're going to the silk sack.
There's a lot of sugar.
No, not here.
No, not.
That was just the hammock cakes.
Oh. We're having exotic delicacies of Hanwei. You should join us. And then maybe you should
That go ahead.
stay with us. Because
Thanks.
you can have a room.
Her hair is also pure white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of sick. Cool.
Do you even-
Yeah, I don't know
Do you
what
have
she
a
looks
room?
like.
So Rebecca has purple skin, long pointed ears,
Oh
kind of
my
like a long
God.
face.
Oh, okay.
She's about how tall is Tobi?
Like 5'5".
She's about Tobi's height.
Oh, my shorty bag.
Yeah, like pure white hair, like pulled tight back, and she's wearing a crisp, like black suit. Looks very, very business-like. Holds herself with strict posture. She's like, we're going to the silk sack. It's up to you if you would like to join us.
Sure. Yeah.
A moment later,
Okay.
you guys are seated on like at a high top table, overlooking from the angle you're at, the whole valley. You can see like all the way down the city of Idolic, at least from the position you're at. The up is the rest of it. It's strategically placed so that it is only the picturesque view of the valley and not the rest of the mountain going up until the city itself kind of like breaks and turns up. And the server has quickly placed in front of each of you a what look like eggs, but spun from like silk or cloth, with these jeweled, they're kind of like jeweled carapaces in them.
What is a carapace?
What?
What is a carapace?
Yeah, thank you for
was
asking
a
that.
Gracie
Sorry.
question.
Like-
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything. I was just gonna pretend like I knew.
It almost looks like a jeweled egg
Okay.
wrapped in like a little like silk kind of like spun silk container.
Got it. Thank you.
Yes, sorry.
Makes sense.
And immediately as soon as they land, Rebecca like, you just take it, and then she bites into it. There's a crunch. And she's like, like bites, and you can see like it's like a crunchy kind of like jeweled exterior with what looks like some kind of like soft interior. She's like, do not eat the silk. It's just for decoration.
The silk. Oh, around.
We silk sack.
Right. There's silk. That's a fabric. Again with the sewing.
She like squeeze, like you can see she has to like squeeze it to get the rest of it out because it just comes like halfway in the silk thing.
We're learning there's a lot of sewing in Hanwei and a lot of sewing in fabric influences, which is very odd since I have never heard of any of this. So I'm learning. So, and she takes a bite of it and it's eggy, right?
Oh no.
Oh no. What is it?
It's a bit more like biting into a crawfish. If
Excuse me.
you bit through the shell.
What?
Faena is just going to crinkle up her nose and try to be as polite as she possibly can.
The center is soft, but it's not like an egg. It's more
More like a meaty.
shellfishy. Yeah.
Right, which is something that Faena, being on an all-vegetarian diet, would have never really experienced.
No, probably not.
That she doesn't really like.
Toby's just gonna watch her.
Trying to be as polite as possible, but you can see the crinkles in her nose and just like almost
Yeah.
water in her eyes as it feels like sulfuric vegetable, but squishy sulfuric vegetable. And she's not quite sure what to make of it, but she's trying really hard to be polite.
Is it good?
She swallows. It comes a little back up. she's. It's certainly exotic.
Especially for Godfellians.
Yeah.
I've never had anything like this. Here, Toby, you should try yours.
And I will. She takes the egg. I did. She looks at it and she's like, she crunches it. Yeah.
Quite exotic.
Deception checks, both of you.
Oh yeah, pull up your dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your dice tray is so pretty.
Thanks.
Where'd you get it?
My friend gave it to me. Yes.
Yeah,
My
your
friend Sage.
You don't have a lot of room.
9.
Okay.
Sometimes she's really good, sometimes she's not. Oh, did she get like an 8?
Said deception.
Yes, I'll tell you.
Oh, I'm so...
Okay.
Yeah, deception.
Okay.
Yeah, with your character sheet.
Ain't it cute? Okay.
Oh.
17.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's like watches both of you and Celestar and goes and calls to the waiter. You don't hear what she said. You don't understand what she says as she as the server passes by. But Nala, you hear. Could we perhaps? Could we get some peanut butter?
Put it down. Put the egg down. Just put the egg down. Just put it down.
Just put it
down.
She's like, she's like, it's okay. You do not. We're not offended. You do not have to eat it.
Okay. Cool.
Cool.
She just slides the plate closer to her. And a few minutes later, you can see there's not in the same aesthetic, but a very different actual container. And there's little spoons, and you can see as they've got or not little spoons. Sorry. You know those deviled egg cups that you see in old cartoons,
Yeah.
but we don't actually have in the real world.
Yeah.
It looks like
they exist.
I know, but we've never. Have you ever had
Yes,
one?
I owned one. Growing, I owned a set.
Period.
Wait, the ones where you put the egg and you
Not all of us got to grow up in 101 Dalmatians.
They're not for deviled eggs. They're actually for soft boiled eggs.
That makes
I
more sense.
love
Yep.
soft-boiled eggs.
Did I say
Sorry.
deviled eggs?
Yes, you did.
Oh, I see. I know not. Yeah, but so yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those weird little, almost like an hourglass,
Yes.
like an hourglass jigger for type setup, but with a dollop of a swirled tan mousse almost on it, and there's a small tray of those set in front of you. Instead, she's like, I think this will be more your liking.
Yeah, this is actually really good.
You've had this?
Mhm.
What is it?
It's peanut butter.
I don't know that.
Just try it.
Okay.
Yep.
It takes the whole thing and just starts eating it.
And for
Exactly.
real world context, this isn't even peanut butter. This is a peanut butter mousse. That is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
weirdest
yeah,
thing
yeah,
that-
yeah, yeah.
Now I want peanut butter mousse.
Make it for next time. Maybe.
Wait, did you say-
Remind me.
But
Oh,
you
I
can
can't.
make it. I can't do that. You can
Not
make
my
it.
brain.
Yeah, it's delicious, and you guys are able to get by with without eating any more, frankly, insects. Rebecca eats all the rest of the insects. She's happy with it. Archer. And I've already forgotten what you were off to go do.
Jobs.
Besides the job, there
yeah.
was something else
Why
you
are
were
you
looking
working?
at. I forgot what it was.
Find something.
Yeah,
And looking for, not looking for, but if I see BB.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And did you roll? You rolled a 15 for
Yeah, 15.
keeping an eye out for BB.
Yeah.
So here's the thing of note. as you were walking around the city, kind of like doing the tour, like a little bit of tourism and a little bit of job hunting and just kind of like seeing what's around and also getting the lay of the land because this place is enormous compared to Sunburst Falls. The one thing that is very obvious, and you've kind of picked up on how people have utilized the landscape here. The train was built into the mountain. And a few places that you've just popped in, kind of like getting the lay of the land, a lot of the buildings go up. And more than a few of the buildings go down into the earth. But every now and then you'll walk to one that goes in, deep into the earth, in a similar way to the way that the factory in Bristol was set up. And as you're kind of like poking around, you see a few more of those. And pointedly, although every now and then you pass a building, pass may be the wrong word, you can spot from a distance and maybe avoid if you want. And specifically, you do, in fact, find BB. Outside, walking out of one of these buildings. It has the similar like wood grain exterior. That's got like wood, like these beautiful like wood pillars that have been stained. A really like luscious, like kind of like maple. The wood grain's clear. They've got these nice like what's what I'm looking for? Edifices with these quite elaborate reliefs, kind of creating almost like a facade that might have been put on afterwards or was specifically built in existence, and then the rest of the building was constructed, but they left the original maybe door frame, kind of like exterior at the front, because it fits the aesthetic of the neighborhood, while the rest of the buildings are concrete and steel, as they kind of extend backwards. And on each time you've seen these, including just now as you've seen BB walking out, there's a big sign carved in that says Pullman and Rot.
Yep.
And that's where we're going to end the session.
What?
Welcome back.
Oh my god.